Howdy, y'all. It's Reese, aka Bearman Prime, on this August 5th. Welcome back to my Read the Bible in a Year series. Thank you again for watching. God bless you all. Carve in the top right hand corner for the rest of the playlist. And please hit that like button, subscribe button, and notification bell. Sure do appreciate it. So, yesterday we saw a pretty pointed point where Jesus is openly and very directly criticizing the Pharisees and the experts in the law, the experts of the Jewish law, calling them out for their selfish and greedy and sinful ways, saying that they have no love of God in their hearts, but they are only doing what they do for the respect of man, for the respect of others. So let's continue on here. Let's go to Luke chapter 12 today, pick it up in verse 1. Many thousands of people came together. There were so many people that they were stepping on each other. Before Jesus spoke to the people, he said to his followers, "Be careful of the yeast of the Pharisees. I mean that they are hypocrites. Everything that is hidden will be shown, and everything that is secret will be made known. What you say in the dark will be told in the light, and what you whisper in a private room will be shouted from the top of the house." Verse 4. Then Jesus said to the people, "I tell you, my friends, don't be afraid of people. They can kill the body, but after that they can do nothing more to hurt you. I will show you the one to fear. You should fear God, who has the power to kill you and also to throw you into hell. Yes, he is the one you should fear. When birds are sold, 5 small birds cost only 2 pennies. But God does not forget any of them. Yes, God even knows how many hairs you have on your head. Don't be afraid. You are worth much more than many birds." Verse 8. I tell you, if you stand before others and are willing to say you believe in me, then I will say that you belong to me. I will say this in the presence of God's angels. But if you stand before others and say you do not believe in me, then I will say that you do not belong to me. I will say this in the presence of God's angels. Whoever says something against the Son of Man can be forgiven, but whoever speaks against the Holy Spirit will not be forgiven. When men bring you into the synagogues before the leaders and other important men, don't worry about what you will say. The Holy Spirit will teach you at that time what you should say. Verse 13. One of the men in the crowd said to Jesus, "Teacher, our father just died and left some things for us. Tell my brother to share them with me." But Jesus said to him, "Who said I should be your judge or decide how to divide your father's things between you two?" Then Jesus said to them, "Be careful and guard against all kinds of greed. People do not get life from the many things they own." Then Jesus used this story. There was a rich man who had some land. His land grew a very good crop of food. He thought to himself, "What will I do? I have no place to keep all my crops." Then he said, "I know what I will do. I will tear down my barns and build bigger barns. I will put all my wheat and good things together in my new barns. Then I can say to myself, I have many good things stored. I have saved enough for many years. Rest, eat, drink, and enjoy life." But God said to that man, "Foolish man, tonight you will die. So what about the things you prepared for yourself? Who will get those things now?" This is how it will be for anyone who saves things only for himself. To God, that person is not rich. All right, so this is pretty much exactly word for word the same passage we've read before a week or two ago, where first Jesus says that, first he says that you should be careful of what the Pharisees teach you, using yeast as the metaphor there, the yeast that goes into the bread and makes it rise. He's basically calling them out again, calling them hypocrites, that they don't practice what they preach. And then he says that only God should be feared. People can kill the physical body, but they can't hurt the soul, the spirit. Only God can do that. God can separate the soul from the body and throw the soul into the lake of fire, which is nowhere we want to go. Then he asks us to not be ashamed of our faith. If we're willing to stand up before others and say, yes, I believe in Jesus. I believe that Jesus is the Messiah, that he died and rose again. Then he will say in front of all the angels and in front of all the powers that be that, yes, that one belongs to me. I have him. He is mine. But if we refuse to acknowledge Jesus, if we don't stand up in others and stand up for Jesus, then he's like, get away from me. I don't know you. You do not belong to me. And I don't know about y'all, but I don't want to be one of those people. Okay. I want to belong. I want to be in. I want to be in the club. And then finally he warns against selfishness with this guy who's asking, hey, our father died and he left us all this stuff. So can you make my brother split it between the two of us evenly? And Jesus is like, who cares about things? Who cares if you saved up things for yourself? Who cares if you saved up all this money for yourself? If you do nothing with it, if you do nothing to glorify God with it, it amounts to nothing. You can't take it with you after you die. It just goes away. It'll go to someone else. So instead of just holding on to it and being so greedy, use it. Use it for God's purposes. He doesn't need your money. He doesn't need your treasures, but he wants to use it. He wants to use it through you. Okay? So use it for his glory. All right, that's all for today. We're going to pick it up there tomorrow. Thank you again for joining me. I sure do appreciate it. I'll see y'all tomorrow.